So, what's your plan for seducing Bill Gates? I would nag him by repeatedly and accidentally calling him Steve Jobs. I will stop pausing my Windows updates. This is true sacrifice. The Microsoft equivalent of web link. I can jump over 2 office chairs. Are we talked stacked or side by side? Just 2 separate office chairs, at different times. Whispering sweet nothings into my COVID vaccine. We vaccinated folk are basically Borg now. Hyde, will you marry me on page 37 of Anula and get him to click agree? In very tiny print, no less. Make it Microsoft. This is one of the simplest ones but also one of the most realistic. Good job. Not the request for married, but the marriage vows. Put those in the EULA and make him agree. Exactly. By agreeing to these terms, you consent to be bound in holy matrimony in accordance with the laws of the state of Washington and all deities major and minor. This agreement supersedes any applicable federal, state, and local laws, regulations and ordinances, international treaties, and legal agreements that would otherwise apply. If any provision of this agreement is found by a court to be unenforceable, it nevertheless remains in force. Why didn't I think of that? Every corporate lawyer reading your second sentence. He seems like the kind who reads all the small print. He seems like the kind who has his lawyers reads all the small print. FTFY. Cool, then you get to marry one of his lawyers. Moving up in the food chain. We'll work our way to Bill eventually. Then in white print, at the very end. I'm going after Melinda. She's returning to her true love, Bob registered. Bob Vance, Vance Refrigeration? A person with taste. She's the cute one. But has Melinda jumped over an office chair in her youth? Didn't think so. Can she jump one now? I'm looking for flexibility. I'm available 7 days per week. Speak for yourself, I'm a sucker for those glasses. I'm not gay, but $65 billion is $65 billion. $121 billion, as of yesterday. Oh. Maybe post-divorce. Yep. I don't want to feel too greedy and only focus on what could have been rather than what is. Mr. Gates, Daddy, if you're reading this, know that, at least. Same. Slightly easier target, and I think I'll have an easier time having sex with her. Although truthfully, if we're playing this game, Mackenzie Bezos is the one to go after. She's happily married with their son's science teacher, so you're out of luck. What about his son, is he single? You'll have the biggest commissary account in the whole prison. Christ. God damn it, Bill, you just want horny fan fiction about yourself. Get out of Reddit. Did you think we wouldn't be able to tell? I got an email in suspiciously broken English from Bill Gates a couple of weeks back saying he wanted to give me $50 million, so I don't need to bother seducing him. Hopefully the £20,000 I sent him for clearance of the funds will have gone through by now, so I should be getting my money any day now. Got to be quicker than the bank my Nigerian prince uses. The deposit king of Nigeria emails you asking for help, you help him. Period. This is why we need to abolish spam filters. Good hardworking people are losing out on opportunities for millions of dollars and hooking up with lonely singles near us. Fun fact, Bill Gates writes in broken English because he is used to writing so much code he forgot how to write a lot of English. Anyway, just don't worry too much about it. Yeah, exactly. Send another £20,000 just to be sure. Wow, that sounds like fantastic deal. I only use Edge. That's nothing, I set IE as my default browser. Disqualified. Have you not been on the internet? New Microsoft is bullying early Microsoft out of the market. Live life on the edge. Life is edge. He's using IE. The news about that will be released in a couple of years. He's actually lying to us because he couldn't be here commenting. Sometimes time warps around IE and this happens. Only with Internet Explorer can you learn of this new coronavirus thing that's starting to spread in China. Yeah, SARS looks scary. Edge me, Bill. Edging. I see. I know where to get bananas for less than $10. He actually did a "how out of touch are you" kind of thing with Ellen a while back, where she asked him the price of a bunch of groceries and normal people stuff. Surprisingly, he was pretty spot on with everything except Tide Pods, which he guessed way low on, but it made sense to me because he was probably basing it on how much normal detergent cost, which is shockingly cheaper. That said, I love the Arrested Development reference. I think that is. Tell him I want him for his not money. His not money is at Melinda's now. Yeah, she going to be one of the richest women after this. Serenading him with an acoustic version of It's All About the Pentiums. Then having the monitor blow up after the tech support line, at which time I lean over to Bill and say, I think you need to insert your gold-plated monster cable. Instantly engaged. Fan's face, to relieve the vapors. And then what? Then he leans over and says, open your gates and I'll give you the bill. Thanks, I hate it. It has to be natural. I don't think Bill would take kindly to all the gold diggers plotting to seduce him as we speak in dark corners of the internet. I want to captivate him, and make myself accessible at the same time. Get him to make the first move. I'll research his interests, and write multiple neat bestsellers books in those categories. Then, I'll hold a number of book signings suspiciously overlapping with Bill's travel itinerary until we finally meet for the first time, and we exchange numbers. I'll frequent his haunts, and flash a smile at him every time. Soon we're talking daily like old friends. About our projects, about our vision for the world, about our loneliness and desires. Something resonates with him, and I feel his heart beat faster whenever we're together. We play tennis, we travel, we work together. I help out at his foundation. Melinda keeps giving me the stink eye. Everyone can see it but Bill himself. Then, one day he sees Bezos chatting me up and a deep burning rage bellows up inside him and it finally clicks. He likes me. He's jealous. We're together for barely a month before I move in. I satisfy him like Melinda never did. A year goes by before he proposes to me, but I stop him and say, only with a prenup. And that's when he knows it's true love. I set out to seduce him, but somewhere along the line he seduced me back. We F like rabbits till sunrise. Something is missing. We can't have children together, but nothing's ever stopped Bill before. He funds 150 startups with promising biotechnology to allow two men to conceive a biological child. It's silly. Inane. Will there even be enough market demand to recoup all the research investment? It doesn't matter. He's doing this for us. A short 3 years later, one of the experimental genetic techniques yields an embryo with a perfect mix of our DNA. It's a boy. The gays are jealous and demand access, but it's a good 10 years before FDA approval for the public. We spend a glorious 20 years together before Bill passes. So short, yet it felt like several lifetimes. Still, the grief is too much and I die of grief still holding his hand an hour later. When I wake up, my memories come flooding back as I exit the simulation. My mind is a jumbled mess and my heart pounds in confusion, but I rip open my pod and find Bill there waiting. We cry into each other's arms and hold each other tight. Somehow, in that vast virtual world, we had found each other. The media gets a hold of the preposterous story and calls it a hoax, a setup, a fraud. Among billions of people, we found each other and overcame all odds? Overcoming differences in age, class, sexuality. No one believes it except us. We'll always find a way. We're soulmates. The very least Bill could do is sponsoring your writing career after this masterpiece. Rest assured, he will be sponsoring my writing career by purchasing one of my books next year as planned. Genius. You, sir, just went full circle. Bravo. Out of all of them, I wish this one the best. I distinctly remember uninstalling Wattpad. Nah, AO3 has found you. I appreciate this comment so much, smiley face, smiley face. How do I become an amazing short story writer like yourself? Well, you know how struggling artists draw furry porn to pay the bills? I am apprehensive about approaching this, but I'm listening. I have a feeling that you'll be the one to succeed. If not, please take me into consideration instead, Kay? I'm already in love with your eloquence. I skipped past your username and naively assumed a woman wrote this, so let me tell you, the allow two men to conceive a biological child plot twist took me out. Thank you. I only realized halfway through that what I wrote was gender neutral due to removing all the explicit sex scenes as to not scar readers. Where do I get the uncensored version? Asking for a friend. Melinda, you can just say it's you. If we didn't want to be emotionally scarred, we wouldn't be on Reddit. The gays are jealous, laughing out loud. Nothing, he knows where to find me. I've been vaccinated. As a Microsoft employee, I can tell you that's not how it works. The chip is designed to place itself inside your butt cheek when inserted through the vaccine. To activate it though, you'll have to gently cup your butt and loudly chant "Track me daddy." Only then the chip will activate, enabling Mr. Gates to find you. Will twerking cause the chip to shift or malfunction? Asking for a friend. No, the chip is designed and tested keeping in mind all the trends like twerking, WAP, etc. Its construction is as sturdy as it gets. The only possible way you can destroy it is by using essential oils. They are too strong and highly effective in destroying not only these chips but also some of our special 5 grams equipments, which we strictly use for communication purposes only. Let me guess, only essential oils from MLMs really work to deactivate the chips? A Himalayan salt butt plug will align your chakras into focusing your chi on the 5 grams chip, destroying it. It's like how sunlight focused by a magnifying glass can burn things. Can I just buy it, or do I have to sign up to be a boss butt plug babe and join your downline? Jokes aside, a Himalayan salt butt plug would kill you. Essential oils work to temporarily disable the trackers, but the only way to truly counter the vaccine is to drink a new organic recipe I call healing fluid. The fake doctors call it bleach, and say it will F you up or kill you. Please don't effing drink bleach, you idiot, but don't mind them. Somewhere Bill Gates decides to spend a few moments browsing Reddit. He sees this thread and chuckles to himself. He scrolls through all the silly puns and fun answers. Then he reads your comment. For the first time in many years, Bill Gates feel regret. Nah, he's a nice person who'll see the funny side of this, I'm sure. Besides, he really only gets angry when you talk about those secret chemtrail projects that we've been working on lately. He told anyone who speaks a word of it will be killed immediately, but being the fun-loving guy that he is, I'm sure he was just jokey. Show him my old Dell desktop running Windows XP Professional. It still starts and runs great. Move along, I still have my Pentium 2 with Windows 2000. Once he sees the 5 grams tower I'm packing, he'll have no choice but to vaccinate me hard and deep. He'll jump this like it's an office chair. Everyone gangsta until they meet a jumpy Gates. And become the Duke of Edinburgh. Then launch a new dating app. Microsoft Consort. Microhard. Wouldn't he also become Prince William? Thus completing the prophecy. Prince Billiam. I break into Bill Gates' house at midnight. Do I go for the vault? No, I go for the chandelier, it's priceless. As I'm taking it down, Bill catches me. He tells me to stop. It's his house, he's Bill. I say no. We make love all night. In the morning the cops come, and I escape in one of their uniforms. I tell him to meet me in Mexico, but I go to Canada, I don't trust him. Besides, I like the cold. 30 years later, I get a postcard. I have a son, and he's the chief of police. This is where the story gets interesting. I tell Bill to meet me in Paris, by the Trocadero. He's been waiting for me all these years, he's never taken another lover. I don't care. I don't show up. I go to Berlin. That's where I stashed the chandelier. Is this a Microsoft Office quote? I'm just going to show him my 3 shares of GME so he knows I'm self-made and not going after his money. Then when that works, we'll marry, and I'll take all his money to buy more GME. I'm going to dress up in a Clippy costume and pop up out of nowhere and ask him if he needs help. Convince him he's gay. Convince myself I'm gay? Profit. I live in Seattle, so I plan to just loiter around his house until he falls in love. Maybe it's been a while since I've seen it, but I don't think that's what happened in Sleepless in Seattle. Skeptical. Make his floppy disk turn into a hard drive. Edit. Thanks for the awards, kind strangers. r/username dos not checkout. Reddit link. Anyone who strongly and publicly attests to angelic innocence surely is overcompensating for some sort of untoward goings-on. And ram you in the recycling bin. Tell him that he has access to all my information and I excel at being a successful person as I have a practical outlook on life. He could take my word for it and we could work in teams and open the windows and at the same time help him with his office work. I would also take him for OneDrive, which would be an unforgettable trip. I assume that I made a PowerPoint. Make sure you connect well with him. Things might get clippy. I see that you're searching for porn. Would you like some help with that? Eyes, paperclip. No. No isn't an option. Eyes, paperclip. He'll be attracted to my package instantly, micro and soft. Edit. Didn't expect to add a digit or 2 to my karma overnight. Thank you, kind strangers. Maybe at 100K I'll sell him my body like I'm Bethesda or Minecraft. Win. Dough. You blow, jobs. I'm going to make a comment on this Reddit post and then hope that he reads it. You show me your water reclamation project and I'll show you mine. Bill, how good are you at PowerPoint? Me, I excel at it. Bill, was that a Microsoft Office pun? Me, Word. Open his gates. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to be the first to know about Red Rabbit Reader's new videos. If you like our videos, please like them on YouTube and share them with your friends. We welcome your comments below. Press to start another of our videos.